Hi, this is Dave, owner of Future Past Vintage Collectibles, here with my daughter Rachel.
Hi.
This is really, we're going to keep going from our last video, talking about the annihilation of 2021.
If you haven't watched our first video, I'm going to link it right here.
Yeah.
So watch that one first and then come over here for part 2.
A lot of these books have dropped, and what's a little bit different about us is I actually have the books I'm talking about. I own them, so I'm not like speculating about books I don't own, books I'm not going to buy, books I don't care. I own every one of the books we're going to talk about, and we're going to kind of talk about where they're at in the market and what I'm doing with them somewhat.
Yeah, this first one's actually really fun. But before we talk about the books we're going to talk about today, we're going to do some housekeeping.
Well, I buy collections. So if you're looking to sell your comic book collection, please consider us first. Don't sell to anyone else. Sell to us.
Don't do it. Also, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Come say hi to us every week where we post videos here every single week. Also follow us on Instagram where we do claim sales every Monday and then also a second claim sale in the afternoons on Fridays, which we haven't scheduled that yet, but we're doing it.
We're doing it.
For all those other time zone people.
Show us some biker mice.
All right, here we go. First book that we're going to be talking about today is Biker Mice from Mars, #1. The highest sale of this book in 9/8 that we are gathered from GPA was $336 in August of 2023. If you watched our last video, most of the sales that were the highest were in 2021. So this one's a little bit different.
This had some late spec on it. It got optioned, and they're going to do a show about it. Yeah.
Yes. So the last sale of this book was $215 in December. So in 6 months, it's gone down a little bit. The highest sale this year being $336, the lowest being $99.
Yeah, so I sell books raw, and we do it every week. We sell about 600-700 books a week. We've done it for a solid year on Instagram. I could sell this raw, but I would take a big hit on it. So a lot of these books, what I did is I put them away, and I will slab them. And if they come back 9.8, or if I process them and say this is a 9.4 or a 9.6, if this was a 9.4, I'd sell it on our claim sale. And it would be cheap compared to the 9.8. It would be cheaper than a 9.4 slab. People love that, and we've done a really good job of selling books. I have sold some near mint copies of books for a lot of money, but I'm always taking a big hit on them. So some of these books I've decided I'm just going to wait for the right auction. I'll put them in there. I think it's fun. I picked it up in the collection, and I was excited to get it because I knew what it was when I got it.
I love their attitudes. Little biker boys, you know? Little biker
I'm looking
mice.
at the cover like, yeah, they're crazy mice.
They got buck tooth. It's cool. Marvel Spotlight 28 is our next book that we're talking about, which is the first running series of Moon Knight by himself. The highest sale of this book as a 9.8 was $4,100 in 2022. The last sale, $1,431 this year.
I was looking at buying one of these in the 25 to 3,000 range, and as it kept going up, it scared me off. Thank goodness.
Thank God.
Because Rachel would just laugh at me. She would be
feel
laughing
bad.
right now if I paid $4,000
really
for
bad. I wouldn't want to tell you.
She'd say, "Wait, Dad, wait till it goes back to $4,000."
The books you do want to get in this variety is either the 30-cent price variant, a Don Rosa pedigree, or a double cover. All three of those exist.
Mark Jewelers.
On the GPA.
And Mark Jewelers was at this era.
Yeah, I didn't see ones that had sold on GPA, at least to Mark Jewelers. But I have seen a 30-cent variant, a Don Rosa, and a double cover.
If you're looking for something with a little panache.
You
like
want
at a dinner party,
fancy.
Everyone's bragging about their, Marvel Spotlight with Moon Knight, and you say, haha. You don't have a Don Rosa, which was only one of. Anyway.
Well, a reason, too, that this book could be going down is there's a lot of them. There's 3,400 slabbed copies, 108 9/8.
What is a pedigree? For people who aren't familiar with it.
Yeah. A pedigree, I'll throw some information up on the screen from the CGC website, is a collection that was all owned by one person and was not distributed to people. And they're usually very high grade.
And they sell them at once.
Yep, they sell them at once. To one person.
It gets recognized as a pedigree.
The biggest one that people may know is Mile High.
Yeah, Mile High was Mile High, and the Promise Collection was another phenomenal. And there's been pedigrees of collectors that held books for a long time, and they were of exceptional quality, and there was a lot of them. If they were mid-grade, it wouldn't be really known as a pedigree. They have to be of exceptional quality.
Yeah, we've shown a lot of pedigrees on here as well. But yeah, just so you know.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Moon Knight #1, the long-running series. I've got a newsstand and a direct here, and I'm going to give you information about both of them right now. The highest sale for the direct copy was $1,350 in 2021. And the last sale of the direct copy was $257, which is not great. The newsstand, the highest sale was $2,150 in 2022, and the last sale was $470 in
Yeah.
November.
So I just been holding on to these because if I sold these raw, and if they were 9.4 or 9.6, I think that both of these have a possibility for 9.6 at least. I'll clean press them and slab them. Sometimes if they were 9.4, I'd probably sell them raw.
Well, the newsstand has a little bit more volatility than the direct because in the last year, the highest sale was 638 and the lowest was 260.
That's massive.
So there's like a crazy amount of difference. Whereas the direct, it was 480 the highest, 208 the lowest.
Yeah, so we use GP analysis to come up with the data. It's not complete. There are sales that are not being recorded, like Comic Link and other auction houses. You don't even know what they sold for, and they could have sold for a lot more or a lot less. We don't know.
Conventions, things.
Conventions, all kinds of stuff that they're not necessarily under the table. But okay,
Secret
it's a secret. It's a huge secret.
So under the table
it's not distributed information. Yes. So really, it's about getting some kind of ballpark of what you think something's worth. You could shoot yourself in the foot by thinking, oh, GPA says this book's worth 200. You want 250. I'll pass on it, and then you see one in Comic Link sell for $700.
Yeah, you need a little bit more information than just what you see on GPA.
Get as much information from as many sources as you can.
Well, GPA links with the census too, and the census helps kind of understand a little bit too, because if a book has thousands of copies, then GPA, if there's a lot of sales on GPA that are recorded, it could be pretty accurate.
GPA is good for certain types of information, and that's why we use it. I like the fact that you can see exactly what slabs sold. You can see there's books that I bought and sold, and I bought
still in there,
and you can see every sale in it. And I like that kind of history, but also I think there are other sites that do that.
Go Collect.
Yeah, Go Collect does a good job of tracking that. They even have pictures.
Go Collect is a little bit more like recent. I think it has more recent sales in it than GPA. Updates more frequently.
There are some really good software out there. Yeah. You should have one of them.
Yeah,
if you take this serious, if you really don't listen to what people are telling you to do. That's why, notice, we're showing only books that we have.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about a spec market I'm not part of. I own these books. I mean, I'm just telling you, hey, I got this book.
We're also not saying you should go buy this right now unless you want to buy it for cheap, if it's cheaper.
Unless you end up at one of our claim sales and happen to say, I'll take that. Okay, next.
All right, the next one is XMen 98, which has a Sentinel's appearance. It has Jack Kirby, Stan Lee cameo, Dave Cockrum cover. A 9.8 sold in September of 2022 for $2,995, and it is the last recorded sale of this book in 2 years.
There have been other copies that have sold. Don't know if they're 9.8s. Don't know if it's still that price. I do know this is a candidate for 9.8. I'll let you know. If we do get it slabbed, we'll show you.
There is one listed on eBay, which I'll throw up right here, because we aren't really sure what a 9.8 would sell for right now. But this one is listed for $3,950. I don't know if that's how much it's worth. It hasn't sold for that much, so really don't know.
Yeah, if I was to process this and feel like it's a 9.4, for instance, I would put it up on my claim sale raw.
A 9.6
it would still be expensive.
A 9.6 sold for $616 in October. So that kind of gives you an idea, but it's hard to say when a 9.8 can go for so much more than a 9.6, how much a 9.8 would sell for. There's 46 9.8s on the census, so there are a lot of them.
Somewhat.
I mean, a lot for a book like that, I feel.
It gives me a little comfort. I'd rather buy something with 46 than 460 or 4,600.
Right. So the price could definitely be higher because of that. So the $3,950 may be accurate, but again, it hasn't sold in 2 years in 9.8, so it's hard to say.
And the all new, all different X-Men from 94 to 141. They're all pretty popular.
Yeah, there's also those early ones.
There were a lot of keys in there too.
Yeah, almost all of them. Whenever you're looking at like cover price, it's like key.
Tons of keys.
Lots of keys.
Early Wolverine. I mean, there's all kinds of good things.
And the covers are cool.
Phoenix. I mean, there's just so much going on.
Really good classic.
John Byrne, Terry Austin. I mean, there was just a lot of great stuff. Anyway.
All right, this is X-Men 110, where Phoenix joins. The highest sale of this book was $999, and that was in 2008. Which is pretty crazy.
Showing you that this book has longevity.
Yeah, I mean, that in 2008 was a lot of money for a book.
Yeah.
A lot's changed since then.
$2,008.
2008. The last sale was $510 in December of 2023. In 2021 and in 2022, it sold for $725 at the highest. So $725 seems to be the second highest sale.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 110 is one of the more popular issues. We have others. And I have a bunch I didn't bring. This is just a snapshot of things, a handful. And as much as we spent time processing, these videos take a long time to make. Just letting you know.
And that's why we're here. All right, this is X-Men 122, the first mastermind as Jason Wingard. I don't know if I said that right. The highest sale of this book was $1,100 in 2021. And the last known sale is 9/8 for $591. So that's half of what it was in 2021.
Yeah, I just put all these aside from a collection that I bought so I can see. They're all really promising. I haven't processed them yet. I just didn't want to sell them raw immediately because I'm like a Visigoth going through all these books. Like, I'll sell this and I need to press that and whatever.
Yeah. This is X-Men Annual 14. The highest sale of this book was $1,100 in 2022 and 9/8. And the last recorded sale is $169 in December of 2023.
So if you don't know, this is the first appearance of Gambit as a kid. I had a 9/8 of this I slabbed in 2022.
Did you sell it?
I think I sold it for $450 or $500 at the time. Yeah. Oh, one more thing about this book. I like the Art Adams art. If you guys aren't familiar with Art Adams, he's someone worth checking out. I love his art.
All right, next up is Wolverine Limited Series number 1. This one's interesting because it has 10.0 and 9.9 information on GPA, which does not happen very often. A 10.0 sold for $14,000 in 2010. A 9.9 sold for $23,500 in February of 2023.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Highest a 9.8 has ever sold for is $1,365. And the last 9.8 sold for $698.
Yep.
That's crazy compared to a 9.9.
Well, I have several of these, and I've sold some 9/8s, and this first limited series run is very popular. They hover around $600, and I'm here to tell you, I see them on these videos all the time. Top 10 books, and this is number 1. This book hasn't moved. I mean, it's like if a book goes up 15%, don't really pay attention to that, because that's going to get eaten up in fees and other things. So I just don't think anything under 20 or 25% is even worth noting on a book that's worth under $1,000.
This one does trade a lot. It's traded over 200 times this year.
That's been recorded.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I bought 6 copies on Comic Link.
Yeah.
Just me alone.
And they're probably not 9/8s.
I got 2 9/8s and 2 9/6s and 2 9/4s.
Yeah. 2 of each.
Sold them. I mean, and I didn't make a lot of money on them, but I just like having that kind of stuff, and the price was fair at the time, but I'm really not buying these anymore. I have more than this.
The real question
I have 2
is...
or 3 of these that are raw.
The real question is, what would the 10.0 sell for today?
Yeah. I mean, 10.0s are folly. I mean, it's like, you really have to have a lot of money that your relationship with is light. It's like, here you go.
Take my money.
$40,000
9.9
for a book from the 80s.
A 9.9 for $23,000? I guess 40.
People like rare.
It's the only one
All
that
jokes
exists.
aside, people like uber rare things.
If they got the money for it. All right, here's Wolverine number 1, the long-running series newsstand edition. This one also has a 10.0 for $17,644 is what a 10.0 sold for in 2016.
I actually like that cover a little bit better than the Frank.
I do too. I like the newsstand. I know that you're not a big newsstand guy. The highest sale of this book was $2,600 in 2021. The last sale was $1,550 in November.
Yeah, they're tough. Newsstands are tough because these covers. This one's dirty, but I like the back cover on this book. Mm-hmm. Pretty dope. Anyway.
Almost better than the front. Almost.
So, I don't know about the black and white. I kind of wish it wasn't that. But anyway.
Well, it gets dirty
Moving
easier.
on.
All right, next up is Wolverine number 8. Everybody knows. Joe Fixit. He's here. The highest sale of this book in 9.8 was $750 in 2021. And the last sale was $288 in 2022.
So I sold a near mint copy of this for $200 in our claim sale. And the person that got it was beside themselves when they received the book. Because it was pristine. I have a couple of these that are near mint. This is one of them. I love this book. And I think buying it raw, if you can get the right grade, because anytime you have a cover that's just washed in one color like this, super tough. So the way that I like to buy them is uncirculated. I got 2 uncirculated copies.
This is one of them.
Yeah. I have 2 uncirculated copies left anyway.
But we've sold many copies.
Yeah.
All right, here's Daredevil 196, where Daredevil meets Wolverine for the first time, according to CGC Census. Dad does not believe that that's true. So
That
correct
sounds
us
right,
if we're
but
wrong.
okay.
Let us know, and we'll let CGC know.
Man, if I had those boots, I'd wear them every day.
These are is this the same artist that did the weird ones? No, on the
don't
Marvel
think
Comics
so.
Presents.
No, I think that's Jansen art.
Oh, okay.
It might be Jansen.
It looks the
on
same
Marvel.
boots.
It's not Marvel Comics Presents. It's a Marvel Team Up, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Show
I
that.
get confused about it.
Show that cover.
These look very similar, so I'll throw it up here.
Those boots are wild, folks.
Crazy boots. So the highest that this book has sold for in 9.8 was $304 in 2022. The last known sale was $135 in December of this year at 9.8. So that sucks.
Well, it doesn't suck. I mean, it's a great time to buy it if you can find it. What I'm going to tell you is we're talking about these lows. Good luck. If you find one book that's at the low price we're talking about, will you please leave a message and let us know?
Well, and
I really do think that people sneak in there and get them, and then the next one is going to be 30% more.
And if we made this video in a week, could they be lower? Possibly. GPA changes so fast with things like that.
For a 9.8, yeah, you're right. I mean, somebody might sell a 9.8 of this on an auction for $80.
Yeah.
Which I wish I was on it because I'd buy it because I really like this cover and I like this book.
Yeah, I like that cover a lot too. But yeah, like I when I've made these videos before, I'll go back and like try to add GPA data, and the GPA data is different after 6 hours. So like, I don't know, GPA changes really quick.
That old GPA.
GPA. All right, West Coast Avengers 45. Highest sale of this book is $1,950 in 2021 at 9.8. If you don't know, this is the homage to Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't remember what number, what was Silver Surfer. I'll throw it up here.
47, I think.
The last sale of this book was $114 in December at 9.8, where the highest sale was $1,950.
Here's a funny thing. I have probably 4 or 5 copies of this. They're all super nice. I'm not selling them.
You love these.
Because I love them. It's like I did have the 8.0 of the original first appearance, the red cover. And I have these now. And I'll sell them when I think, I don't know. I'll sell them when I think they're worth it. I'll get some slabbed. I'll keep one raw.
Yeah, we've had some slab too.
I just like that cover.
Sensational SheHulk #1. This the highest sale of this book at 9.8 was $548 in 2021. Insane. So cool though. I love this cover. The last sale was $125 in December.
Yeah. John Byrne art, funny series. They based the MCU series on this run where she breaks the fourth wall and does all that stuff. But
I just really feel for these people that spent, 5 times.
Did you ever notice she's holding the original Hulk?
Yes. I was when we sold this.
Sensational.
We sold this on one of our claim sales, and someone asked what book she was holding, and I didn't realize it until she asked that, and I was like, "That's so funny."
It is funny. That's some of that breaking the fourth wall where she's making a joke about herself.
Like, it's me, and then here it is, right here, Savage She-Hulk #1.
She's holding that.
She's holding this. They're friends. They're each other. Savage She-Hulk #1. The highest known copies, or that highest known sale of this in 9.8 was $2,307 in 2022.
Wow. I remember when this went nuts.
The last sale was $372 in December of 2023.
Yeah.
What would be funny is to see if it was the same slab that sold for that much.
Well, I have a couple of copies that are super nice of this, and I'm going to get them slabbed. So if they're, sorry about that, if they're a 9.8. If they're not, I've already sold a couple of these on our claim sale. And nice, like Near Mint and Near Mint Plus, I think I've sold these.
High grade copies for sure.
Near Mint Plus and Near Mint Mint, very different in terms of price.
Yes. All right, and last book here is Avengers 269 with Kang. Highest sale of this in 9.8 was $500 in 2021 because Kang was blowing up. The last sale of this book was $115 in October of 2023.
I personally like it. I don't think it's going to go up because of news with John Majors, which is unfortunate because Kang's been around longer than John Majors has been on Earth. But, okay. So I like this. For a pink cover, it really kind of rocks. And there's 2 issues back to back that have Kang in them.
Oh, yeah. What's going to happen
I have
to Loki,
both of
then?
them.
I didn't watch Loki season 2, so I
Loki doesn't need Kang. Well, you have to watch it.
I know.
It gets really weird at the end.
No
spoiler.
Does Kang have to go to season 3?
Love Loki season 2.
I know. I haven't watched it. I want to just binge it one night.
You can.
I want to. Now it's all up.
It was phenomenal. No, I think it's going to open up. I really do think they're trying to bring other big bads into the MCU.
MCU characters, yeah.
I don't have a lot of confidence in their vision right now.
We have that Zaniac Winnipeg book.
Yeah, I had the first appearance of Zaniac. It's like that got announced and people kind of went after it for a minute. I have a Winnipeg copy. I have another copy. I'm probably just not going to sell them because I like them. They're kind of hard to find.
They're a cool cover too.
And great.
But that was, I digress.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah, we're it. That was it. That was all the books we had today. If you like content like this, just let us know. We haven't done a video like this in a while.
Yeah.
let us know if you like it.
It's a lot of work, so if you tell us not to do it, okay.
Easy no.
Yeah, it only
We
takes
do
us-
like making this
It
content.
only takes us hours every time.
It also like helps us kind of remember what the market looks like for certain books that we maybe don't look at very often.
It's actually fun. Rachel and I get to sit down and talk about things, and watching her grow through this whole thing has been really fun because she'll just start rattling off information. I'm like, wow, she knows a lot.
I know what a pedigree is, you guys.
She does.
So good at it.
So till next time.
See you later. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Claim sales every Monday at 5 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Now for real.